Hello, and welcome to our State of Alaska EGWP Retiree IRMAA submission tutorial. In this tutorial, we will review how to enroll and submit for your IRMAA reimbursement with a paper claim form for your income-related monthly adjustment amount, otherwise known as IRMAA. For the sake of simplicity, we will reference this program as IRMAA throughout this tutorial. Before we get started, did you know that you could submit your IRMAA form digitally online? If you would prefer to complete the form digitally, you may do so by logging into your member portal at optumrx.com. This can be located on the top toolbar under the Information Center. You would then choose Programs and Forms, which will take you to a section called the AlaskaCare IRMAA Reimbursements. Here you can find the IRMAA HRA Digital Enrollment Form, which will take 5 to 10 minutes to complete, as well as a member tutorial for the IRMAA HRA Digital Enrollment Submissions to help guide you through the process. Now let's get started. If you are a State of Alaska retiree enrolled in the Employer Group Waiver Program, otherwise known as EGWP, for your prescription drug coverage, and you are required to pay an IRMAA Part D surcharge assessed by the Social Security Administration, please note that the Division of Retirement and Benefits will reimburse their AlaskaCare EGWP retirees that incur this IRMAA Part D surcharge expense. This reimbursement is done through a tax advantage health reimbursement account, otherwise known as an HRA. Now let's review the important key points in the bulleted details below. First, if you are required to pay an IRMAA Part D surcharge, you will have to submit a new IRMAA enrollment submission for each year separately. Secondly, if you have already submitted your IRMAA Part D enrollment for a reimbursement and you receive an IRMAA Part D surcharge adjustment for the year in which you've already submitted, you will need to submit a new IRMAA enrollment submission for that newly adjusted IRMAA Part D surcharge amount. Please note that the form does need to be completed to its entirety to be accepted, with the exception of the phone number and/or email address, as these are optional fields. You will want to have your Social Security letter or Medicare bill available to complete this form. Now let's review the program and go through the step-by-step process to submit for reimbursement via the paper claim form. First, we're going to start by completing the member information in Section 1. Please note that a member is defined as the individual who is being assessed the IRMAA surcharge. You will see in the example below the member's first and last name can be located on the OptumRx Medicare prescription ID card. First, you would enter the member's first name. Next, you would enter the member's last name. Next, you would enter the member's OptumRx ID number. You can find this ID number on the OptumRx prescription ID card, shown in the example below. Please note that the ID number consists of 14 digits. The last 3 digits following the dash is your person code. If you do not have your person code, you do not need to enter the last 3 digits. Next, you're going to enter your 9-digit Social Security number, followed by your date of birth. Next, you would enter your address, followed by the city, state, and zip code. The next two fields are optional. If you decide to enter the optional fields, you may do so now. Please enter your 3-digit area code followed by your 7-digit phone number. Next, you would enter your email address. Next, we are going to review the IRMAA reimbursement information in Section 2. We will go over two options in this section: if you qualify for IRMAA reimbursement for the full calendar year or partial calendar year. In this next example, we will review how to complete the form for a full calendar year. If you are eligible on an EGWP plan prior to the start of the year in which you are submitting, and you qualify for the IRMAA Part D surcharge reimbursement, the from date would be 1/1 and then the applicable year in which you're submitting. Next, you're going to want to enter the to or through date. When submitting for the full calendar year, you would want to enter December 31st and then the applicable year in which you're submitting for. In the next field, you would enter your monthly amount requested. This is the dollar amount for your monthly IRMAA Part D surcharge. In this example, I have entered $50.70. Shown on the example here, this can be found on the Social Security letter and may state something to the effect of your 2023 deduction for Medicare Part D IRMAA surcharge based on your 2021 income tax return is, and then it would provide the monthly IRMAA surcharge amount. Please note that this verbiage may change and reflect a different year based on the year in which you are submitting. This information can also be found on your Medicare premium bill, located under the Part D IRMAA section, shown in the example here. In the next field, because you are submitting for the full calendar year, you would enter 12. Lastly, you would enter the total amount requested. This is the monthly amount requested times the total number of months. In this example, we used the monthly amount requested of $50.70 times the total number of months, which is 12. This provided us with a total amount requested of $608.40. In this next example, we will review how to complete the IRMAA reimbursement information in Section 2 for a partial year. Meaning, if you have turned 65 years of age sometime during the calendar year and you are being assessed an IRMAA Part D surcharge. To begin, you would enter the month and day in which you became eligible and the applicable year. Next, you would enter the from or through date. In this date field, you would enter through the end of the year, which would be December 31st, and then the applicable year in which you're submitting. In the next field, you would enter the monthly amount requested. This is the dollar amount for your monthly IRMAA Part D surcharge. In this example, I have entered $50.70. Shown in the example here, this can be found on the Social Security letter and may say something to the effect of your 2023 deduction for Medicare Part D IRMAA surcharge based on your 2021 income tax return is, and then it would provide the monthly IRMAA surcharge amount. Please note that this verbiage may change and reflect a different amount based on the year in which you're submitting. This information can also be found on your Medicare premium bill under the Part D IRMAA section, shown in the example here. Next, you would enter the number of months. This would be the total number of months from your from date to your through date. Lastly, you would enter the total amount requested. This is the monthly amount requested times the total number of months, which will provide the total amount requested. In the example listed here, I've listed $50.70 as my monthly amount requested for a total of 7 months, which would bring my total amount requested to $354.90. Next, we are going to review Section 3, Required Documentation. It is important to note that when providing your supporting documentation, it does need to be clear and legible in order to be accepted, and must include the monthly IRMAA Part D surcharge amount. In today's tutorial, we will be discussing the two options for supporting documentation that is commonly used. Option 1 is the Social Security Administration Determination Letter. This is a letter that is commonly received in late November if you qualify for the upcoming year, or within 1 to 2 months of becoming eligible if you qualify later in the year upon turning 65 years of age. Option 2 is a Medicare bill. This is a Medicare bill that you may receive in November or December for the upcoming year, or within 1 to 2 months upon turning 65 years of age and becoming eligible on an EGWP plan. An important factor is that the Medicare bill coverage periods may only reflect monthly or quarterly timeframes. However, it is important to note that you do not need to submit for each billing coverage period. You would submit for the full year or partial year that you qualify for within your submission, and the Medicare bill will suffice to identify the IRMAA Part D surcharge amount for that year. Now let's review the agreement and member signature in Section 4. Please read the disclaimer agreement to its entirety to ensure a thorough understanding. Next, you would want to sign and date the form. Please note that the form should be signed by the person of whom the form is being submitted for. You may return the documents by mail, email, or fax as indicated at the bottom of the IRMAA enrollment form. Please note that if mailing your IRMAA enrollment, please allow approximately 7 to 10 business days, dependent on the mail carrier, for Optum to receive your IRMAA enrollment submission. Once Optum has received the IRMAA enrollment, please allow 7 to 10 business days for processing. Once processing has been completed, you will receive 2 automated outbound calls. The first call is to inform that we have received your submission. The second call is to inform of an approved or denied status of your submission. If your enrollment is approved, it will be forwarded to have the payment processed. The payment processing can take 5 business days or less. If your IRMAA enrollment is denied, a correction letter will be issued with details as to what needs to correction and resubmitted in order to proceed with the IRMAA submission processing. Please allow approximately 7 to 10 business days for receipt of the correction letter by mail. If you have any further questions, you may contact our AlaskaCare customer service at 855-409-6999. We hope that you find this tutorial helpful and hope that you have a wonderful day.